Hello, it's Rachel and I am here for my first half of March update. So it is the end of the first week of March, more or less. It's Thursday. So I thought I'd share Fairytale Town. I've actually made quite good progress on this this week, or I feel like I've made quite good progress. In actual fact, I've put in the same amount of stitches as I always put in, which is 200 a day, but it just seems to have developed more this week. So this entire path area is finished, and I've actually put the first few stitches in for the start of the final house. I think I've got, I think last time I checked it was about 11,000 full crosses left, and obviously there's back stitch as well. I still need to put in the purple trees like this one in the background here, and I need to put the back stitching in on this house. I just need to finish off these stitches around it and then I can completely back stitch that. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how much I've done. I remember this path at the beginning of the project and thinking it was a bit of a pain to stitch because of all the white, and then there's about 4 or 5 different shades of beige and brown in this path, and it's a mixture of whole stitches and half stitches. These kind of little grey ones are half stitches, so it was a bit of a pain with counting and changing colours constantly, but I've actually found it okay this time. I'm not sure why, but the part that was a bit of a pain was all these flowers, because there was so many different colours and so many colour changes that it was making it difficult to meet my 200 stitch goal before work. But that part's done now, and yeah, we're on the home straight. So that is Fairytale Town, and you know, I'll just give you a bit of a close-up on it as well, why not? And then we have my Veronique Enginger piece. This is Geraniums. I've worked on this when I've been getting home from work this week. So it's probably had, I don't know, maybe 400-500 stitches in it. I don't tend to do very much when I get home from work, but yeah, I've just kind of been working all over it, filling in stitches, because if I've got a colour on my needle and it's needed in different areas, I'll just move around a little bit. But that is developing nicely. I think it's about 30%, somewhere around there, maybe just over. And then my final one, I guess that can stay there, is my calendar cell, which is my work project. This panda is turning out so cute. I'm really liking him. It's on pink Jobelan fabric, very pale pink. I'm not sure how pink it's going to show in the camera, but it is a pale pink. And I'm actually ahead of schedule on this one. So on my last video, I thought I'd be playing catch up for quite some time, but what I was forgetting is that the new pattern only comes out on the 15th of the month. So I was kind of panicking a little bit that I only started this one on the 1st or 2nd of March. But actually, I've got till the 15th until the next one comes out. And he's progressing quite nicely. There's not so many stitches in these. It's only maybe 3,000, I think, something like that. So there's a few little hearts to put in over here, and then he's holding a jar of hearts. But yeah, I have no problems in, or no concerns, should I say, that I won't finish this on time for the next pattern. In fact, I was thinking today that maybe I might actually finish it before the next pattern, so I'd have to take something else to work so that I don't waste that time. But anyway, that's everything so far. I've not stitched this evening yet, so not sure whether I'll stick with the Veronique piece or maybe I'll change to something else. Okay, see you in a bit. Good morning. It is Saturday and I've just finished my stitches on Fairytale Town. I'm about to pick up another piece for the weekend, so I thought I'd share that. So we have the beginnings of the next building. I thought this was the next house, but looking at the pattern, I think this might be a separate building behind the final house, like a castle. I don't think it's attached to the final house, but anyway, I've put all these stitches into this. I've also back stitched the little house here. Apart from the windows, I need to go and there's some white and some brown stitches over the windows, but I've done all the darker colour. It's 3799, the darker colour, and then I've done this little area here with the flowers and greenery, and then I've just come down and done a few little extra bits on this path, mostly because I don't want to be stuck at the end of the project with just loads of this path to do. So yeah, just keep on, you know, filling bits in here and there. We're down to just over 9,000 stitches. I think it's like 9,200, something like that. Maybe a few more. I'm on 89%, so I'm looking forward to when it just hits that 90% mark. So that is Fairytale Town. My work project is making good progress. Didn't do as many stitches as I thought I would yesterday, but I'm still on goal for getting it done for the 15th. And I can always do a bit of catch up at home, I guess, as well. But he's looking super cute. So I've got all his face done with his little cute cheeks here. Just started the little jar of hearts that he's holding and stitched in these hearts. They need the back stitch, obviously, to make them look better. But that's looking nice. I really like this design. Yeah. So looking forward to seeing what the March ones are. So there's a couple of weeks until they come out. I think we're on the 7th of March today. So, actually it's only a week then. 15th they come out. So not long to wait. And then for today, I am picking up Merejka's Daffodils. Because in January I said, oh, this is definitely going to be my Saturday project because it's my oldest whip. And then I think I did it for one Saturday and new starts kind of took over. So I was going to work on something else, but I think I'll stick with this project for today. See how far we get. We're on about 45% complete. So, yeah, not quite as much as I thought, actually. I thought I'd done about 50% on it last year, but no, 45. I guess because a lot of the back stitching here is not complete yet. I mean, I've done quite a lot of it. I've been doing it as I go, but there are some areas. Obviously, this is quite a big area that's not yet back stitched. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that, and then I'll come back when I've finished stitching on this piece and let you know where I get up to. I forgot I was going to share a couple of purchases, so I'm going to do that now. First thing is, these arrived yesterday. I got some more Nudge hoops. I originally bought a set of 4, and I never realised that 2 of them have got breakages on the top, and because I was just using one size, I hadn't realised. They're still usable because one of them's the bigger one that my fox is in. So it is usable, but I thought it'd be nice to have another set because I do like these. They're very handy for work stitching particularly, but yeah, they're handy for the smaller projects because I find Q-snaps and my bigger frames, they're just too big, and for the Q-snaps they're too bulky for me. Well, you can see the sides of them are, they're so thick that if you've got a tiny design, it's kind of, I don't know, hard to get the fabric in and have enough working area. But anyway, they arrived, and then also, I did order 2 more Dimensions kits. I believe the company has been sold to Advantis, which is a company I'm familiar with through my mixed media arts. So I've bought a lot of products that they sell over the years from Advantis. But from what I've read online, retailers have been told that kits have been discontinued, even though the company has been bought. So I'm not sure whether it's a licensing issue and everything that Dimensions currently has will just disappear, or whether those licenses will be repurchased by Advantis. I don't know. But anyway, this is, I mean, it's a very old kit, but it's one that I've always looked for and thought about getting and just never picked it up. And I thought, you know what, I'll just pick it up because you don't know what's going to happen to prices. So I got this one, and it's one of the newer ones that's, you know, all the floss is sorted. I have seen it cheaper on eBay, but it's one of the older ones where you've got to sort the floss yourself. And yeah, I don't have time in my life for that if I don't have to. So anyway, that's that one. It's called Two Poops, and it's on a 14 count ivory Ada, which I will most likely swap out for a 28 count even weave instead. I just like the look better. Then I also got this Rayolis kit. It's one of the ones with the printed fabric and you just stitch the flamingos. So I have opened it to have a look at that. And I'll open it now, but I'll cut out the rattling of the plastic. Okay, so this is the canvas that you get. So it's really pretty with the flamingos, and then the foreground obviously getting a little bit darker there. So I have 3 of these now. It's probably about time that I actually started one at some point. But it's another one that you never know when these things are going to disappear, so you know. And then 2 more Luca kits. So these designs are obviously companion pieces. White Roses, I think, is the one that's discontinued, and Roses is still part of the Luca line as far as I know. But yeah, I've looked at this. It's been on a wish list for so long, and I'm not even sure why I didn't buy, you know, I always intended to buy both of them, but once one's been discontinued, I was like, no, I just need to get it now. So I got those 2, and I just love the colours on them. The final kits that I got are some of the Rendale designs. So I really like the Rendale patterns. I actually have my cups in my house are Rendale patterns. I think that's the first time I'd seen them, way before they were cross-stitch designs. But I did get a little bit sick of seeing them because so many people were stitching them. So I've gone for designs that I don't see. Well, I think this is a new one, actually. I've not seen this one at all. But yeah, I've gone for designs that I'm not really seeing people stitching. And they're on 16 count fabric. So I'll probably keep the fabric rather than switching it out for a 32 because it's got the speckled background. But I thought he was really pretty. And the other one that had been on my wish list kind of goes with it. So I don't know whether this one has a name. They do have a number on them. Does it say? Oh, Perfect Spot. I was right at the top there. I'm so stupid sometimes. I'm reading the number and I can't see that big text. Okay, so that's perfect spot. And this one I've had on my wish list for a while, which is Sleeping on the Job. So I just thought they were really nice, and you know, I liked the gardening theme on them, so I grow my own vegetables and flowers, and they, you know, they've both got the upturned pot and the veggies on there, and a cat and a dog. So I thought they'd look nice together. And then I just got one last one. This one is Bon Appetit, which is blue tits on a feeder. And these are very, very common garden birds in the UK. And I do enjoy seeing them in my garden. This one reminds me of a Marjolaine Bastin design. So I think that's why that one ended up in my cart. So I've got those 3 as well. That's everything. Anyway, I'm going to go and do my stitching for the day, so I hope you enjoyed seeing those. See you later. Well, it is now Sunday afternoon, so we're getting towards the end of the weekend. I thought I'd give a quick update on Merejka Daffodils. So I stitched this yesterday. I put in quite a lot of work on this top flower here. Did this green area, filled in some bits and pieces on here, not too much. No, it wasn't that bit, it was that bit I stitched. And then I did do quite a lot of backstitch. Well, it doesn't look that much, but I spent quite a lot of time on the backstitch. So there was some missing from this pansy over here. None of this leaf was backstitched in the 2 darker greys. In fact, I think some of that lighter needed doing as well. Anyway, I did quite a lot of backstitch on here, over here, and then I did some on that, just that one petal of this big daffodil in the middle. So it's moving along. As always, I didn't get quite as much done as I would have liked to have done. Yeah, it's pretty slow going, this one. Maybe because it's on 32 count fabric and the stitches are smaller, so it doesn't look like you've done as much. But I do love it though, you know, it's such a beautiful project, particularly this area. I love the colours on it. This is probably the most boring part of the design, for me anyway, because I like the daffodils that have got the more orange centres. I think there's some more of them over here. But I think next time I pick it up, I think I'm going to try and get the vase in. We'll see where it gets to. But anyway, I like how it's turning out, and hopefully it'll be a finish this year. There's still a huge number of stitches to do on it, but anyway, we've done what we can do for the weekend. I'll show you Fairytale Town because I've stitched on it this morning. So I actually did a few more than my 200 stitches this morning. I put in all these little flowers down here, the little pastel flowers. I finished off some bits and pieces on this sort of castle part. I put in the blue colours on this is the roof of the next house. I put in these little windows down here, so yeah, it's looking nice. And still on track for end of April finish. So I think I keep trying to calculate it. I think it's like the 26th or 27th of April it will be finished if I keep doing 200 a day. But that does not account for half stitches and back stitch. But there's not too many half stitches. I meant to say the other day that I put these purple stitches in here. And there's another area of purple stitches somewhere over here. And then maybe one more. and I think that's most of the half stitch. There is some in this little path at the bottom, but not too many. I still need to backstitch the windows on here. The 200 days, just the full crosses, not the backstitch or the half crosses, so I have those to do additionally. All right, that is that one. Then well, I'll show you this one because there's not much to see, but I've just picked up the little fox for my Sunday afternoon stitching. I have been quite busy today with seed sowing and garden things, so yeah, apart from Fairytale Town, and have just put these stitches in at the top of the little fox. Not done too much else yet, but that's what I'll be working on for this afternoon, so we'll see, you know, see what progress I can get. It's probably only a couple of hours worth of stitching that I can get in, so maybe a couple of hundred, but progress is progress. And then the final one is this one. So there are a few more stitches in this from last time I showed it. Not so many more that you'll probably notice any difference, and quite honestly I can't remember exactly where I worked on it, but somebody asked me about the magazine where all these Veronique Enginger patterns are, and this is the magazine. It's out of print, it's super hard to find, but I did say I would show it in this video, so I'm not going to attempt the name of it because it's in French, but you can see it. The issue number is number 28 for the one I have, but there are other magazines with lots of her patterns in. Obviously you can see on the front it's just filled with these patterns. I'm just going to see. I have done a, oh there we go, there's loads of them there. I have done a flick through on this before. It's really hard to show them without showing patterns. That's probably the only one that I probably won't do just because of the length of it. But there's all of these in there. So obviously I'm working on the geranium. I do like how this has been put together, but I don't think I'd ever want to stitch them all together like that. So there's the fuchsias. That is mimosa. The geranium. Iris. Wisteria. That is the thistle. Hydrangea. Orchid. I mean, I won't go through all of them because I have, as I say, I have done a flip through of this magazine before. It was quite some time ago though, but the problem is that I doubt you can find it. I just got extremely lucky and found it on eBay. I say I won't go all the way through, but I think I've shown most of them now. I do like this one. So yeah, oh there we go. I think they're the rest of them that are in there. But anyway, that is the name you're looking for, and it's issue 28 for most of these botanical series. I think that's just about everything for now. I will do another catch up at some time during the week. Well, here we are again. It is midweek, Wednesday afternoon. I'm just in from work, so I thought I'd give a little update on what I've been stitching for the last couple of days. So here you can see Water Lily by Luca S. I was stitching on this on Sunday, I think, and yesterday as well, I think. So made some progress, not so much really. Yeah, I was working in this area, filling in missing stitches from this Water Lily and starting to put some in here. I did this blue section and these purple colours. My aim is to get this one to 25%. I've put it on my whip go board. It wasn't there because it was a new start this year and I'd already done my whip go board. But it is taking the slot where I had, which one was it? Dimensions, Treasured Time. That was on because I didn't think I'd get it finished when I did. Or it was finished before it's been called at least. I can't remember when I finished it exactly. But since that one was done, I've put this one in its place. And I've put a 20% goal on it. I'm not sure whether I might change that to 25% or not, but it's sitting at about 16% at the moment, how many stitches I've done so far, so not that far to go, but because it's full coverage, obviously it's quite a number of stitches still. So that is Water Lily. Then, as always, Fairytale Town. This one I've worked mostly on the house roof this week. I've not quite finished my 200 stitches for today, so I'll probably fill in this window space, and I'm not sure whether that will meet my goal or I need to do a few more. I might do this little part of the roof here, get that filled in, but still making good progress. And yeah, still really happy with this, still really enjoy working on it. It's getting a little faster again now because the houses seem to be, I don't know, quicker to stitch somehow. I think there's less colour changes in them. And then I did do a little bit more on the Sleeping Fox, so there's some more stitches in here now. Probably only about maybe 100 since last time I showed it, but I've just threaded up the first shade of blue for the little cushions that he's sleeping on. So still really love him as well. And yeah, hopefully I'll get to work on this one as part of my work project again soon, because the little stitches that I'm doing as part of the SAL, I think if I can get them done, I don't know, maybe in the first 2 weeks of the month, I'll have the second 2 weeks and maybe think about taking him back to work again. And speaking of my SAL project that goes to work currently, here it is. There's still a couple of 100 stitches to do on him. Finishing off the jar, the hearts need filling in. Obviously all the back stitch, and then there's some stitches to ground him as well. But he's really coming on, really cute. Love how he's turning out, and I'm so pleased with this choice of fabric. I really think he suits the pink fabric. So that's everything for now, and I'll see you again soon. Back again. It is Saturday. We're roughly halfway through March now. I think it's the 14th today. So this is going to be my final update before I post, I think. So not that much to share. It's been a very tiring work week. So limited stitching has been completed this week, really. Just the bare minimum on Fairytale Town and not really much of anything else. But I think we're looking good though. So the house is really taking shape now. I've worked on quite a lot of the roof, getting some of the sides of the house in. Just about, well, I'm threaded up for my, I've done my stitches today, so this will be tomorrow I think now. But just threaded up in green to get some of the grasses in over here. And then I'll start moving this section across. And then, yeah, carry on. I think we're at about 8,000 stitches left to go. So almost time to get excited about finishing. Not yet though. Still a ways to go. But I mean, considering it was around 90,000 stitches at the start and now we're less than 10,000. It's yeah, happy days. So the only other project I've got to share, however, is a finish. And that would be my monthly calendar sal. So just in time, the new pattern is released tomorrow, I believe. I've not, as I said when I started this, I've not done a sal before and certainly not done one via Instagram. So I'm just, I guess, going to have to figure out how it works, whether, I think when I post this on Instagram, I think they'll automatically send me the pattern for March. I'm not sure, I might have to message them, but anyway, the little panda is so cute. I'm so happy with how this design turned out on the pink fabric. It doesn't look, well, it kind of looks white in the camera. I'm not sure if the pink shows or not, but if I put it next to Fairytale Town, maybe you can see it's pink. I think so. But yeah, I'm really pleased with this. It was quite a straightforward stitch. There's a few blends in it, and I believe you can buy this from Xfreestitch in their Etsy shop. Yeah, so a few blends, not too many. Obviously there's a fair bit of backstitch, but it's very straightforward. Just two colours, 310 and 3865 to create the highlights. So yep, that's everything. So I hope you enjoyed seeing what I've stitched on this month. It feels like I haven't made that much progress. It's been, I don't know, I feel like I've not worked on that many projects, and I don't know whether that's going to make good viewing when I put these clips together. We'll see. I thought I'd ask anyway, if there is a particular project that people enjoy seeing more than others. I'd just be interested to know what people's favourites are. So if you let me know in the comments if you've got a particular favourite that you like seeing, or favourites, and yeah, I'd love to read about it. Alright, happy stitching everyone, and I will see you again at the end of March.